The Xbox showcase is starting now.
Em and I were rushing too.
Wait, mute those alerts. Guys, let me know how the audio is. We'll probably have to turn it up a little bit. Welcome to the stream. Let me know how this is. I'm turning up the audio right now. Guys, thanks so much for the bits. Whew. Welcome to the recording. Welcome to the YouTube. Welcome to the Twitch. Welcome to the Xbox showcase. What's going on, everybody?
Do you think I care that the colony is in disarray?
So we're starting with
Come to Arcadia to get bogged down in pointless
Outer
warfare.
Worlds 2, which will have a direct
Freedom and liberate
right after
resources
this.
For profit. But this pesky Earth
Let me know how that
agent
sounds.
is mucking things up. They're not alone in doing
Welcome to the stream.
so.
Thanks for joining us.
They think they can just choose how things play out. They could stop us from stealing the Protectorate's brainwashing technology, which we need to improve our market share. What if this stranger
The first
aligned with
Outer
the Order
Worlds
and that world computer of
is
theirs?
really solid.
That could be the key to closing the rifts that threaten the
Really
colonies.
enjoyed it.
So, you see why this
We
menace
will
must be wiped from the face of existence. Or, better yet,
play the
brought to
DLCs
our side through the power
before we play
of
this.
Capitalism. Now, let's get out there and buy our way to victory.
I'm yearning and yearning for you. My heart and red.
The subtitles are much better on this one than they were on Summer Game Fest.
Last bit of my way. Every last bit that I'm paid. Every last bit that I save is intended for.
I'm gonna take a second to say hello to everyone who's here this morning. Especially because we will be getting, a direct with lots of information. I don't mind talking over this one a little bit more. James, Amantor, Govey, Wolf, Will, hello.
The cost
Eyes and me, Liam, Moon, Flag.
one day.
How we doing?
I know
Jeff is getting in here. Venom, welcome to the stream. And right, Amantor.
for now I'll take one that's brand new. 'Cause I'm yearning and yearning for you.
This is a day one for us. Oh, day one is October 29th.
Adventure made for capitalism by capitalism. Inflate our impressions
Ooh.
and egos by staying tuned after the showcase.
Not 2026. Not 2026. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
World premiere.
Okay, so maybe not exactly day one, but really close to it, okay?
I'm sorry. I've just been so depressed lately.
You know, it would fix everything. Humanzapro.
Whoa. Oh, is this a Rick and Morty game? Or something similar to it? It has that, talking gun. I'll say this was very popular for the right audience. This is very popular for the right audience. Who here in chat is part of that audience? I'm personally not part of it. That humor doesn't really work for me personally, but I understand that it is appealing to others. Hey Gizmo, welcome to the stream.
Yeah, humans are barely sentient. Scientists have done studies, and their brains are like half the size of ours.
High on Life 2, coming this winter. This year. Day one Game Pass. Basically, everything we see here should be day one Game Pass.
World premiere.
World premiere. Okay, Diablo came to mind first. Maybe not. Too much light for Diablo. I don't know, just it looks like it could be like a Diablo cinematic. Some of the banners and not anymore, but big gates. Yeah, I was thinking a Diablo expansion. No, I don't know. Our man, welcome to this stream. Is it like a Rise, Son of Rome related? No, but it looks like you're playing this girl. What is this? Whoa. Resonance. Oh, it's a Plague Tale game. A Plague Tale Legacy. Interesting. I've never played any of those games. That was a really strong, cinematic trailer. I want to see way more. I want to see gameplay. Okay, Moon, is this one of your predictions right here? I mean, I think it's a little early to announce the Switch 3, but... Silksong was there! Silksong, play when? Play when? When? Now? When? You're killing us here with this Silksong. All right, come on now. Hey, what's going on, Bob? Welcome aboard. Holiday 2025. Do you say ROG? ROG? R-O-G?
At Xbox, we strive to put the
Sarah
player first.
Bond.
And that's what you've seen from us over the years.
I really like Sarah
We've
Bond.
led the industry with backward compatibility. We championed crossplay and cross-progression. We delivered Game Pass, first on console, then on PC,
Now that we're getting
and
some,
with cloud gaming. So what's next?
some talking.
How can we give you even more freedom, more
Let me know if
choice,
that
more
audio
ways
needs
to play?
adjusted at all,
Our
up or
next
down.
step is to unify your gaming no matter where you buy or play. So we're building an Xbox experience designed for players, not locked to a single store or tied to one device.
That's the ecosystem, baby.
The Xbox Ally is an Xbox you can hold
Silksong's
in your
still back
hands,
there.
bringing together the power of Xbox and the freedom of Windows. On this Xbox, you can play games across your entire library, including all the Windows PC game stores, from Xbox and Battle.net to Steam, GOG, and Ubisoft Connect. And the highly anticipated Hollow Knight Silksong will be available at launch and in Game Pass when the Ally releases later this year.
At
In fact,
launch.
every new game you see in today's show will be playable on the Xbox Ally.
Okay, so that said
We have
holiday.
always wanted you to have the unique
Holiday
experience of
2025.
Xbox on any screen. That's why we're investing in Xbox Play Anywhere. Whether you're playing on console, PC,
Silksong
smart
also
TV, or
holiday
any Windows
2025?
handheld like the new Xbox Ally, The Xbox experience roams with you.
Who's interested
Your
in
library,
the
progression, friends, and achievements. There are over
the Xbox
1,000
handheld.
Xbox Play Anywhere games
And
on Xbox
yeah, Gizmo,
today.
90
and every
minutes?
new game you see in today's show, from our partners and our studios, is Xbox Play Anywhere.
And then the Outer Worlds
and because
Direct
of Xbox, you can always have access to Game Pass with a diverse
is
lineup
right
of games
after
from
it.
the biggest franchises
That'll probably be
to
half an
critically
hour.
acclaimed indie hits. This is the freedom we believe players should have. Any game, anywhere. And we are giving it our all every day to make this vision real. But it all comes back to the games. From Dead to Rights on the original Xbox to Armored Core 6, our relationship with Bandai Namco Entertainment has stood the test of time. We both believe in bringing amazing experiences to players around the world, and their next game does exactly that. From Rebel Wolves Studio, this is a story-rich action RPG steeped in dark fantasy that I can't wait for you to explore.
the blood of
Thank you,
Dawn
and enjoy the
Walker.
rest of the show.
Thanks, Sarah Bond. Well, that's what we were thinking for their handheld, right? It would basically be, you know, this like Play Anywhere Game Pass machine. Can you get Game Pass on the Steam Deck? Hey, what's going on, Dan? Welcome aboard. Ooh,
Monsters have always been here,
medieval vampire shit.
watching from the shadows. And when we were at our weakest, they came out into the light. We feared for our lives, but we should have feared for our souls
This
instead.
looks pretty interesting. Hey, thank you very much for the
Vampires
bid.
didn't come to kill us.
Ooh, what is, wow.
They came to rule. To turn us into mindless, docile cattle. Not me, though. They tried to change me into one of them.
The music is almost a little like witchery. Amantor says this is from
Their worst nightmare.
old CDPR devs. That is tracking. Medieval vampire stuff?
Dawnwalker,
Absolutely, sign me up.
trapped between the two worlds. Fighting to even the score. Fighting to understand the evil behind it all. He is out there.
I don't know if it would be scary. I don't know if I would say scary. 2026! Here's some gameplay. Yeah, that looks kind of witchery. Witcher but vampire, kind of? That looks pretty neat. 2026. So, the thing is that not all games that come to Game Pass are available with
World
cloud
premiere.
gaming. A good portion of them are, but I don't think it's all of them. So I do still think that that gives the edge a little bit to the Xbox handheld if you want a like dedicated. Super Meat Boy. 3D platformer? Wait, no, maybe just cinematic trailer. It is a 3D platformer. No, well, so, yes. This looks great. Super Meat Boy is something I've never played on stream. I remember before I started streaming, I gave it a try. I just downloaded it. And I thought it was like way too hard. But I'm not the gamer now that I was then. I am not the gamer now that I was then. That looks really cool. I really want to play that. God, I love Game Pass. Yo, what's going on, HD? Thank you so much for resubscribing. We do have alerts muted for the showcase. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. How are you doing? Have to
Watch
get
your
you in the
back.
hype train
Yeah.
sometime soon. Yeah, probably no
Miramon is
scarier than
critical.
Witcher.
I'll kill the Dark Dragon
Ham, welcome to
myself.
the stream.
It's my mission. My duty as a Raven Ninja.
Hey, Meme, good to have you. That's a next year problem, okay?
Breaking the Dark Dragon
That's a
free
problem
has its
for
consequences.
future me. Not today, me. This gameplay looks pretty cool. Definitely quite anime.
Sayori.
Ryu, there's something I need your help with.
I wonder if it would play like a hack and slash, or if it would play kind of like, you know, something you had to do specific combos for. I thought the Summer Game Fest was also really good, Jeff. I thought it was a pretty good showing. Oh, I haven't been keeping track of games for this one. Okay, so there's Ninja Gaiden 4. We have seen that before. FPS game where your blood is ammo. Amintor. Yeah, you'll have to share that. I cut it a little close today. Here's Indiana Jones. That gives me a chance to jot down the games that we like so far. Don Walker, Super Meat Boy.
Good luck, Indy.
What are the other games? Remind me of the other ones that we've seen already. A new adventure begins. Now, I haven't played this one, but I've heard some really good things about it. I haven't heard really a bad review from anyone in the community who's played it. Hopefully HD this next week is a little bit better for you, by the way.
Find a secret relic.
Does the white Series
back
X
to
come
the
with a
Holy
disc? You would have to
Defend
double check,
secret.
Jeff. If you just go on like the Xbox website, it would
They
definitely
worship
tell you.
the giants.
Am I interested in this? In Indiana Jones? I probably wouldn't play it unless someone made me play it. I'm just not like the biggest fan of Indiana Jones. So I would just essentially be playing like, you know, just playing for like a Tomb Raider experience or playing for a Uncharted experience. Like there's nothing about the Indiana Jones property
World
that,
premiere.
you know, would make me want to play it. Oh, that's right, the new Plague Tale game, yeah.
はるか昔この国に輪廻の獣が現れた輪廻の獣は汚れを吐きあらゆる生物を蝕み
I got like a Princess Mononoke vibe? Game Freak. Still getting a Princess Mononoke vibe. Okay. Some of chat might be samurai'd out. I am never gonna be samurai'd
西
out.
暦4026年
4026. And you get like a wolf pal. Yeah, Game Freak develops Pokemon, yeah. Okay, so Moon, Dawn Walker, Super Meat Boy, Plague Tale, and now Beast of Reincarnation? Is that the name of it?
輪廻の獣を滅ぼす刃となる
This looks gorgeous. Okay, so I got those 4. 2026! Whoo, right. Yeah, me and future me can worry about that. Future me can worry about that. Ghost of Yote is October 2nd. So I will not be playing that
glittering streets of Avalon sure do shine.
at launch.
Because they swoop their filth down to us.
This is Fable, I think, right? Avalon's Fable? Is it? No, this doesn't look like Fable.
Here's to playing in the mud.
Wait a sec. Chat saying Clockwork Revolution?
Life here ain't for the soft-hearted.
You will be paying me back until you fucking rust.
It ain't for the spineless.
Keep your filthy pickers off me!
And as sure as shite ain't for the decent.
That's a clean sweep for Oh!
There has been a crime! Justice itself has been
This has a really neat look to it.
Lord Griswick. Yes, I got that part. Do you know anyone who might wish you ill?
Just a cool world to be a part of, right?
We can't arrest and question everyone. Let's see if we can narrow the suspects down a bit.
They were,
Trust your instincts, sir.
tall.
Yes, sir.
Built rather slim, well, muscular. Mm-hmm. Was very quick, agile.
Go on.
With a mustache. No, larger.
I see.
That's a neat way to introduce a character creator.
They got my good side this time. Breaking in is the easy part.
Oh.
Your brandy, sir.
Getting away with it is the real trick.
Okay.
These
You have my
candlesticks ain't
attention.
Gold, worthless and dull, just like you. Nah, I have a customer. How can I help you?
Oh.
Talk to you, Errol.
Okay, so we have
Sounds like
some
I'll get a bad
RPG
deal.
mechanics
you
here.
talk to me first, and him never.
This is a really good trailer. This is a
was a
really
bit
good way to
touchy.
introduce what the
Errol.
game's gonna be like.
I'll show you, Shotty. There. Anything else you'd care to say
Good
to
world
Errol?
building, showing the character creator, showing what a dialogue section might look
If
like.
I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it.
Round here, it's all sharp edges, empty pockets, and blood on the cobbles.
One of the most important
Goodbye,
things
Silas.
in my determinations of if I want to play a game
I'll hurt you, you fucking meatsack! I'll leave you with a pissing pan of pizza!
You'd either got a gang
are
at the back,
you creating a world that I want to be a part of.
Family takes care of its own.
Can't
For
put a
this,
price on
that's
that, can ya?
a yes.
Them's in charge. They don't keep order. They keep power.
Take this thing into the crucible and melt it.
They just want us beaten, broken, and too scared to fight back.
I don't want to kill him.
That's why it pays to be clever and well-armed.
Whoa. Whoa. I would like to
Let's
point
go
out
into a few
that one of
arguments.
the metrics for your weapons is subtlety. Or lack thereof.
Don't get cocky. They've got a weapon far worse.
Okay, the combat looks fun.
Time. And if they can rewrite history, they can rewrite us. But look who just found Mummy's keys. Now I
Oh
can
my
fiddle with time.
goodness.
Put the bullet back in the barrel. Bring the chaos to a crawl. Take
Can
a
you
step
look like that?
and make it like it
That
never
looked
happened.
amazing.
We can change
It's
the
making me
world
think
as
of that
we know
one
it.
Titanfall level a little bit.
One choice at a time. And
Yes,
can even
I
go
agree.
back
There
and change
is a
the
lot
past.
going on in a good
Change
way.
The future. Let me tell ya, the hunters don't like it when the rabbits got the gun.
This is a really strong trailer. It's going on the list. Little Bioshocky, right? Yes, yes. Wow. 2026, please? 2020. Due time. All right. 2027 is fine. Coming in due time. That goes on the list. Absolutely.
Our creative teams are dedicated
Hey, Matt
to bringing
Booty.
players award-winning, record-breaking,
Really
critically
strong
acclaimed games.
showing.
Call of Duty, Black Ops 6 from Activision, Doom,
I'm
The Dark
actually,
Ages
Will,
from
I'm a little
Bethesda,
bit more
Diablo 4, Vessel of Hatred from Blizzard,
interested
and
in the
Avowed from
other
Xbox
Ninja
Game
Gaiden
Studios.
game. I
All
think
of
I'm
our
more interested
teams
in
across
4.
Xbox First Party are shipping their most played games ever, and they're also delivering more content than ever before. From original single-player experiences to vast online
keeps
worlds,
hitting your spot,
our
Circus.
teams
Well,
are
that's
empowered
always
to
important.
build the games they've always dreamed of. We want our players to have the choice and flexibility of where and how they play the games our teams make.
That's
So,
right.
Of course,
Isn't that the
our
best
games will
part,
be available
Jeff,
day one in Game Pass
of these showcases?
And every new game we
You just
make
see the
for both
value of
Xbox
Game Pass
consoles
swelling
and
by
PC
the minute.
Will be Xbox Play Anywhere. On behalf of our creative teams,
And I think they were also
thank you.
really smart
These
to
experiences don't stop when you put down the controller.
introduce
As
the
you've seen in
handheld
recent
early.
years, more and more of our characters,
So that you're also, like, it's
stories, and
building a
worlds
case for
are
why you might
expanding
want the
to
handheld.
brand new audiences through
All of this
TV
coming to it
and
day
film.
one.
A Minecraft movie and the Fallout TV series broke records and brought millions of players into the game. We have more projects in the works as gaming continues to influence film and television like never before. When it comes to growing new franchises,
Man, Xbox is having a really
is having a
good
year like no
time.
other. From launching a blockbuster new game like Avowed to the upcoming release of The Outer Worlds 2 this October. Obsidian is
Their
always
adaptations
delivering great
have gone
games,
over really well
and they have
recently.
a third game launching this year. You'll get to go deeper on it in our Direct, but until then,
Especially this
let's take a
first
look.
half of the year for their game releases has been just packed.
World premiere.
Yeah, Outer Worlds 2, I don't know if we'll play it on release day. Like maybe like that'll be the first thing we do as soon as Sammy-tober ends.
Run from me, you foul beast!
So Bab, the Xbox showcase is 90 minutes and then
With new flexible legs, the Yoke Girth action figure can ride anything.
Yoked Girth?
Breaking news. There's been an explosion at Brook Hollow Park.
Sorry, hold that
Chaos
thought.
descended on a ceremony commemorating the 2-year anniversary of when 4 teenagers were miniaturized against their will and left to fight for their survival in the backyard of a deranged scientist. Formerly evil company Ominent Practical Technologies was set to dedicate a statue of the 4 teenagers.
Is that the setup
Fast-food
of
science
Grounded?
robot Burgle and Dr. Tully.
I
when
never
an
really knew the
explosion
setup
erupted.
of it.
Dr. Tully and the teenagers' current whereabouts are
Okay, so 1.5 hours for the Xbox portion, and then the Outer Worlds 2 Direct is 90 minutes, and we'll cover both of those.
You gotta keep them separated.
I really like The Offspring. Do we have any other Offspring fans here? The Offspring's not gonna DMCA me. It's fine. Maybe the better question, is there anyone here that's not an Offspring fan? I remember, I also really liked Splinter. I think the album was called Splinter. Game preview July 29th, Grounded 2.
D3500 reached. Accessing predecessor's travel log. Attempting data salvage.
Oh, I really do like Bloober.
Unprecedented orphan. It was in a state of suppressed recomposition.
I've never met a Bloober game I didn't like.
Orphans populating the area is highly unusual.
Oh, is this the Chronos? Is that what this one's called?
They become exceptionally aggressive.
I think this looks pretty neat.
It is highly recommended to proceed with caution.
Oh, it's coming. Yeah, Chronos, the new Dawn. It's got, like Dead Space vibes a little bit. It looks really fun to play. That one's going on a list. No, in the fall? Well, Sammy-tober, that's okay, that's okay, that's okay. If you're gonna come out this year, if I can put you in Sammy-tober, we can work with that. Chronos. I think that gameplay looked pretty good. And thank you so much for the bits. I appreciate that, Moon. Yeah, I like Bloober, Bob. I haven't disliked a single Bloober game. I just like their take on things. I like their aesthetic. Elder Scrolls Online. No, I don't want games to come out this year. No, because I have been so busy with playthroughs. I like this frog dragon thing. No, I've been so busy with playthroughs. So many games have come out that we've been playing, which is great, but I've been really busy. And goodness, the viewer pick backlog is not getting any shorter right now. So I'm hoping that we can get into the game picks in a big way, like in the summer. So no, I don't want games to come out. 2026. I'm rooting against good games soon. I'm rooting against good games soon. And actually, the Outer Worlds DLCs, I looked into it, they're both short. Like, they're both like 8-ish hours for like normal people. So we might be able to do like 2 streams each, maybe 3. So I don't think that'll be too bad. You know what I like to hear, James. There you go. Short game. Never say never. That won't be the last time I make that. The titles are very generic. Are they?
Mayday!
May I introduce you to Wildgate?
We're falling! Thomas, the ship's breaking apart! There's no time! Evacuate! Now! Thomas, come in!
Oh, this doesn't look good.
Ariane, you sacrificed everything for a new world, to save mankind. And
Don't
I'll always
nod.
love you for that.
Interesting. Okay. Gameplay looks fun, dynamic. Seems like a focus on traversal. Lots of climbing and sliding and falling.
Thomas, wherever you are,
Aphelion.
I'll find you.
Okay. Hissing. Oh my god. Oh my god. What was that? 2026. Okay, really interesting to put in a little bit of like horror there at the end. My first thought was like xenomorph.
World premiere.
All right, all right.
Welcome to England, Mr. David. I know this must be a shock, having never met your real father, but he left you this hotel in his will.
Aphelion is the
It's
point
been
in an
your
object's
family for
orbit where it's
generations.
furthest from the
Much
sun.
like the
Okay.
caretaker. He's a little eccentric. You'll see.
Let me welcome you to the Grand.
Okay.
A hotel famous across the land.
Okay.
Every room used to be in such high demand. Your wish I'll command here at the Grand.
The hell is that?
Well, hello there. It looks like you're about to do some renovations. Would you like some help with that?
Oh. Okay. All right. So it's like a
So my father was renovating the hotel when he disappeared?
hotel renovator?
Not just the hotel. He was helping the entire village. You have his power tools. You know, you could pick up where he
This
left
looks
off.
cozy.
You seem like a good man. Like he was.
I'm in. They don't suspect a thing.
Oh. Oh, there's more to it than you'd think.
Because if they find out, they will
Whoa.
reprimand your ass.
You keep looking into things, and things are gonna start looking back.
Okay, this is
Don't
not
make the
just
same
a renovation
mistake your
game.
father made. In this place, the only one you can really trust is me.
That looks cool. Like, I don't know if I would play something that's just a renovation game, but it is clearly not that. That is maybe like the setup. But I'm pretty sure that was just a Kraken. Huh. There are no ghosts at the Grand. That looks unique. I don't know if I've ever seen anything quite like that. Yeah, HD, I'm thinking the same thing. Also, Gizmo, if you're seeing that discussion on your feeds, you gotta curate those feeds better. We don't want to see that shit. Okay, what's that one called? That's a long title. I'm just gonna say Ghosts at the Grand. Yep, it's on the list. It is on the list.
When we need their help, they send us a hero. Who would have guessed?
God, I love Game Pass. God, I love Xbox.
Be my daughter.
She
That's
unlocked
pretty.
the heavenly spear, but is she worthy?
Liam just wants the talking cat. There you go. Some sort of real-time strategy? Oh, Age of Mythology, it says. Age of Mythology on the bottom. So I guess an update coming to that? Could be Age of Onimusha Tribe. Alright, I think I found my favorite subtitle of the day. And it was the fact that that fucking Hydra or whatever it was said it was harmonizing. EV. I don't know what that what's that third letter? R? EVR?
주권 국가의 자주적 결정을 누가
Okay, it said this is Korean.
만약 이 결정이 패권 국가의 특정 정치 집단에 이익을 저해한다면 당신의 특정 행동이 대중의 의사결정에 영향을 미칠 수 있으며 반대로 누군가는 당신의 의사결정에 영향을 주려 한다는 것을 인지할 때 자신만의 온전한 입장을 세울 수 있지 않을까. 당신의 입장은 온전한 본인의 판단인가?
They're almost setting this up like it's a choose your own adventure style
그렇게
game.
믿고 있거나 믿고 싶을 뿐.
That's grim. Who's this, like, idol? Who's this, like, girl? How did, I'm not sure how these connect?
당신은 무엇 때문에 분노하는가?
The graphics look awesome.
당신의 분노는 스스로 결정한 것인가?
Combat looks solid.
누군가 당신의 분노를 이용한다.
Oh, whoa. Whoa. Oh, it's zombies! It's K zombies or something!
지정태. 지정태!
Mudang 2 Hearts. I want to know more about that. I'm going to add it to the list. I want to know more. What's it called? Mudang?
World premiere.
It's very close to Mudang. I want to know more about that.
E ora olaiem loite fativi. No.
Is someone counting cats?
Te kemaite mana. Muite onanite waeora.
Nice art style.
Dia novo tua libemo iwalotaname. Ona otalima diefema.
I love the shape of the cat. It's mostly a spear.
Toma tua calio terali.
2026. This does look beautiful. I agree. I'm like seeing Ghibli in a lot of stuff today. I've seen multiple things that remind me of either like Castle in the Sky or Mononoke, which is never a bad comparison. This looks really neat. Gorgeous art style. What's going on with that cat? What's going on with that cat? Planet of Lana 2, Children of the Leaf. Now, is the planet called Lana 2 or is that a sequel? Is there a first Planet of Lana? And the cat is like some sort of cosmic something. I don't know. Is it a sequel? Okay, I'm not familiar with the first one.
Well, hello there. Beautiful day to relax by the old fishing hole. Wouldn't you say?
Is this
When
okay?
it
This
comes
is
to
what
fishing,
the
Appalachia is a land aswim with opportunity.
the intro
Yes, you'll find fish of all flavors in every
for the
walk of
showcase was
waterway,
the
from its
was
mightiest of
this.
rivers to its humblest of ponds.
The first game was
Just
only
step up
2
to the
years
bank,
ago. Wow.
Cast your line, and when your bobber
I think this
starts
is for
bobbing,
Fallout
reel in
76.
the rewards. What do you got on there, Jed? Worms. And how are they biting today?
Thanks, Jed.
See for yourself. Bagging the big fish starts with finding the right tools for the
Who
job.
here plays Fallout 76?
There are as many unique combinations of rods, reels, bobbers,
From
and
what I've
baits as
heard,
there
the
are
people
fish
that
in
like
the sea.
it really like it.
And when you've caught your fill, pop over
That
to the
it
local
might have had a
tackle
bit of a
shop
rocky
to swap
start, but it's
fish
really
tails.
grown into itself.
Can you smell that?
And a lot of people
No matter
have put a
what
lot of
troubles
time into
plague
it.
the future wastelands of Appalachia, you can always find comfort in cozy little joys like this. You just gotta know where to look. Vault Life is your ticket to easy living. Design and build your own little slice of paradise. A place to show off all the bits and bobs you collect in your travels.
Tribe, nice.
Got a green thumb? Plant your own peaceful vegetable garden. And nothing warms the heart like a neighborhood cookout. Ah, community makes a wasteland
Yeah,
a waste home. Join today, and tomorrow you'll be
Rocky
kicking
might be a
back
little
and
bit of an
sharing a meal
understatement,
with
that's true.
friends in beautiful Appalachia.
Honestly, I mean, I kind of thought it was DOA. But it's, I mean, good for them that it's not. World premiere. What are you getting into, anime boy? Solo leveling, arise, overdrive. Who's into solo leveling? I've heard of it. That's about it. I think it's pretty well received, right? It's won, yeah, that's what I was about to say. I think it won like Anime of the Year. Whatever that means to you. Oh, nice tribe. I hope that Oblivion's going well for you. Fall 2025 to PC, 2026 to console.
World premiere.
Ah, that's too bad. I'm into her. Okay, this looks cute. Oh. Oh. I don't really know what I don't have a grasp on what I'm seeing. Pokemon, but you play as the creatures, and different creatures have different abilities to help with traversal. Okay. Oh, you're fighting with a mega hammer. Animo? It looks cute. That looks like an interesting take on that.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Hey, Tony Hawk Pro
Thanks to everyone for
Skater.
all the love and support we've seen since we announced Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 a few months ago. These games have changed my life. But more than that,
But I
I've
wish
seen them help
that you
spread
had
a love
career
and
mode
appreciation
in
for
them.
skating all over the world.
Now, if they
And that
do
means everything to me and the team.
Underground,
I can't wait for you all to experience the game.
those are
It's been
hinged
rebuilt with so
upon
much
the
care and
career
attention to
mode.
detail, with some brand new parks, new music, new skaters, and more. And you can enjoy it all with your friends with up to 8 players in multiplayer. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 officially drops July 11th, and we have a lot more surprises to come. Check out the launch trailer now.
If it had career mode, I actually would play it. I just don't like. I think the only mode you can play it in is like the run format that was predominant in the series before they introduced career mode. I just thought career mode was really cool. Yeah, I think like jumping back into something like this for me on Mentor would just be a total nostalgia trip. Like I was playing Tony Hawk around the time that I was skateboarding a lot. So it was very cool to go skate all day and then just continue skating at night. I don't do that anymore, but that's right, Bam Margera is going to be in this one. I don't think he was in the original. But I still like to, you know, keep up with skating stuff. I like to watch like shred videos. That the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Why wouldn't it be? It was either gonna be CKY or him, right? Whenever they're introducing Bam. Wait, what? Why wouldn't he be there? Yes, of course. Doom guy.
World premiere.
Wow. Striking visuals there. Creatives of Spiritfarer. Haven't played, heard really good things. Oh, they're sisters. Oh. Okay. Sisters. They were never such devoted sisters. This also has like a Child of Light vibe in the music and a little bit in the graphics. The music is great. Trying to get a handle on what the combat is like. Looks like you use these cards. Seems like there's some role playing in there. Another unique game. At Fate's End. Okay, 2026. Huh, that looks interesting. I'm gonna add it to like keep an eye on. I'm gonna keep an eye on that. I'm gonna keep an eye on Mudang. Ah, we got some gears. Okay, so Gears has a couple projects in the works right now. So this appears to be the remake? I'm not sure technically which one of the two it is. Now the other one, it's coming to more players. Multi-platform? Why not? The newer Gears, I'm interested in. The like E-Day.
Think you can still find your way back home?
Only played one Gears. I've only played, what, 5 we played, Moon? And I was really impressed. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it as much as I did, but it was good.
Looks like they upgraded.
It was pretty good.
How's your baby? Let's do this.
Like, I'm sure this would be great.
This is gonna be awesome.
Gears of War Reloaded. That's August. That is August. And yeah, Jeff, if you don't plan to like buy physical discs, you could just do the digital console. Okay, we have a shrine. This could either be the most chill slice of life or the scariest game you've ever played. I'm not sure which way it's going yet. I think scary. Maybe? Persona is what it is. Persona 4 Revival. What's that? A remake of 4? A remaster of 4? A new game entirely? I have no idea.
The Smugglers League is always there. But you won't see us.
Sea of Thieves?
You won't hear us.
Sea of Thieves feels like a chapter on the stream that's closed.
And the only way.
But I still, wish it well, and I'm, curious to see what stuff they're getting into.
Wanted. As smugglers, we deal in the goods others are afraid to handle. Guns, explosives.
And don't forget the rum.
It's a life of danger like no other. So I guess my question is, can you handle that?
Yeah, that's
Getting your hands on gold is one
Moon, I
thing,
think I
but
agree
should
with
know
you
that this
on
is
that.
what we're really after. The bigger the boom,
If they
the
came out with like a
better.
totally new Sea of Thieves game that was
Smugglers
somehow
need to be adaptable.
quite
It's more
different,
than moving under moonlight and shadows. You should
maybe
be
like
ready
more
to take
even like
advantage of others'
campaign
misfortune.
focused. Like picture a very story driven one. Like I know that there's quests and there's like, things you can do. But something that is like hinged upon some kind of narrative development, even some role playing. And then it has, meaningful PvP or PvE on top of that.
My friends, to the Smugglers League.
Yeah, maybe. Oh.
You're paying for that.
Smugglers Tide. Season 17. My goodness, it's a lot. It's a lot of seasons. That's a lot of seasons.
World premiere.
World fucking premiere. That's new.
This is ridiculous. Please, come on.
Oh my god. What? Oh, it's what's it called? Invincible? I haven't seen that. How do we feel about that? Positively? I wonder what kind of game this is gonna be. Like, I could see this being just like a fighting game. You know, like a Tekken or something. It's a Sunday. I'm not thinking today, Liam. No, think.
Accept our rules.
You like it?
Or die.
It has. This is the one that, like, I mean, judging by the trailer, it's like really gory and it has a really good voice cast, right? Like it boasts some pretty strong names.
I'm not your son anymore. I'm the guy who's going to throw you off this planet for good. I trusted you.
Okay, Invincible versus. That probably makes sense for this property. Looks pretty snappy. All right.
Let's do this.
See, like, I'm okay on Mentor with that as a foundation, but not whenever the show rests on it. You know what I mean? Is there substance beyond that? Is there a point? I'm gonna use Harley Quinn as an example, which is, it's got some, like, ultra violence to it. It's got, some colorful language to it, but it has actually some really good substance as well. And then there's other things that, for me personally, I'll take The Boys as an example, I think maybe rested a little too much on its hyper-violence and edge, and I wasn't really into it. Oh, hey, I recognize this factory. Is Remake not on Xbox? I guess not. Remake Intergrade coming winter, also coming to Xbox.
I'm here to even the odds. Any objections?
Know your place, little lamb. There's no one to save you now.
What's this? Is this the new one, guys? Should I watch this? Is this 16? Wait, is this 16? I do want to play 16. I don't want to see too much of it at all. I'd probably prefer to play 16 on the Xbox. I just like Xbox more. It was one of the games I was going to play on the PlayStation, but I guess PlayStation will just be our, No, don't look at it. I really don't want to see it. I guess we'll just have the PlayStation to, for Death Stranding. Death Stranding and Astro Bot. Is it still? Okay. Something I'm seeing, James, quite a bit in this showcase. World fucking premiere. Xbox has had a really tough time historically with the Eastern markets and with games that would appeal to those markets. But we're seeing a lot of like anime, like Japanese-inspired, Korean. It seems like those investments are finally starting to pay off, and they're prioritizing it a little bit more. I think Square Enix is an example of that too. Yeah, I know. I still don't want to see like bosses or whatever. Whoa, you're a... Oh my... That's... I can definitely say I've never played a game as a dilapidated lighthouse before. Huh. This looks very interesting. Little puzzly, nice art style. Seems like it would certainly have its fair share of humor to it. Huh. It's kind of like... Okay, I can only imagine that the pitch for this one was... Okay, Banjo-Tooie, but Banjo is a building. And it's called Keeper. Ugh, and it's coming out this year. And it's coming out this year. Maybe we'll push it to holiday. We'll push it to holiday.
Games like Psychonauts 2 showed how Double
Hey
Fine
there,
excels
Phil.
at creating unique and innovative
We haven't really
experiences.
been able to critique
and
much
Keeper
fashion.
is no exception. Looking ahead, next year marks
We've only seen
25
a few
years
people.
of Xbox. It's a big milestone for the platform and franchises that you helped build and make popular. We couldn't have done this without everyone who's been with us on this journey. As we think about bringing a new generation of players to these iconic franchises, I'm excited to share that players will get
I think I
to
recognized
celebrate
one of those
25
girls. I
years
think
of
that might have been
Xbox with a new Fable,
Miss
the
Deus
next Forza,
Geek.
Gears of War E-Day, and the return of a classic that's been with us since the beginning.
Let's go, Fable.
Today, you've seen an incredible range of
Where are
games
we
from
at?
creators across the globe. Creators
We have
like
like 25
In Exile,
minutes left,
reaching for
potentially.
new heights with Clockwork Revolution. Sluggerfly
Unless
making
this is
Teen
only an
Meets
hour?
modern classic platformer into 3D. Square Enix bringing more of the critically acclaimed Final Fantasy franchise to our players. And Team
You know
Ninja
what, Bob? I'll
returning
take
to the
it.
beloved series they debuted
I'll take
on
not
Xbox.
interesting
You've also seen the
over
next
some of that
Xbox
shit we
hardware
saw
release,
Friday.
our Xbox Ally handheld,
playing Balatro
which lets
on
you
there.
bring your Xbox experience and your library with you anywhere. I hope you enjoyed the breadth and depth of the games, updates,
You know, and there you
experiences
go,
that are coming to
James.
Xbox
You
from
manifested
our partners
it.
and our own creative teams. We're seeing more players on our
He looks-
platform
yeah, he looks
and
a
in
little
our
fit,
games
right?
than ever.
See
Thanks
some,
to
like-
all of you.
He looks like he's been
We're
working
proud
out.
of the creativity that Obsidian
No,
is
you haven't-
delivering
you-
this
they-
year. Immediately after
He
Showcase,
just referenced
our direct
Fable a little
begins,
bit, not by name.
where you'll go inside the studio for an extended look at The Outer Worlds 2 and Grounded 2. Thanks for joining us today. But before we get into the direct, we have a final world premiere. Enjoy.
Okay, the one more thing.
World premiere.
Red butterfly. Red butterfly. What's that mean? What's the red butterfly mean?
Welcome to the Guild. We have been expecting you. Please, follow me. You already know us as a global tech leader. Our software, our systems, combined with our skilled team, is designed to save lives. Your years of service have shown you the
I'm getting a
importance of our
little
work.
like District 9 vibes almost.
You'll witness the global
Oh, hey, I
scope of that
recognize
mission
him.
in action. Let me introduce you to our esteemed visionary.
For too long, we have been bound by outdated systems, accepting limitations instead of redefining them. The Guild is safeguarding tomorrow, now. We are pioneering the future of protection worldwide. Our advancements are designed to elevate everyday life, reshaping the future of technology on a global scale. I'm Emma Kagan, CEO of the Guild.
Whoa. Oh. Inception intensifies. Is this 9 Inch Nails, by the way? Sounds a little like 9 Inch Nails. Really intriguing.
It's a powerful thing. David Mason.
Menendez.
Do those names mean anyone? Mean anything to anyone? Oh, it's Call of Duty 7. Black Ops 7. Well, that was a fantastic trailer. I mean, maybe we would have a really good campaign. Okay. I thought it was like a brand new IP. Okay, so we're going directly into the Outer Worlds 2 Direct. Directly into the Direct. And, oh yeah, like, Call of Duty fans. Millions.
Welcome to Obsidian Entertainment. We here at the studio have joked around that this has been the year of Obsidian, with Avowed releasing early this year and now ending the year with 2 more games. And what better way to cap this incredible year for us than by doing what our studio does best, sequels.
That's where I come in. You can get out of here, Fergus. Thank you so much. No, you're doing great. You nailed it. The sequel is the lifeblood of every great franchise. Think about it. The original creates the world and builds fandom, but
What's
the sequel...
going on, Morgan? I see it coming on in here.
That's what makes it worth remembering. No sequel, no hoverboard. No sequel, no dual SMGs. No sequel, no Raccoon Tail. No sequel, no Zune 2. Which doesn't really exist, but I wish it had.
There was a Zune 2.
There was a Zune 2?
Well, it also was a little bit shorter than I thought it was going to be.
Here at Obsidian, and I
by
have
like, I guess,
sequelized
15 minutes.
Everything. Blockbuster movies to AAA video games to my first marriage. So trust me, I know what I'm doing.
I mean, the
Come along
list
this
is
journey with me.
long. The list that we
Right
have is long. We'll go over it from the Xbox Showcase. Obviously, this is on the list.
Let the killing commence.
Now, I'm already sold on Outer Worlds 2. I really enjoyed the first one. So this is not something that is going to, change my opinion. I'm on board. But I'm curious. I don't plan to do any further digging into Outer Worlds beyond what this direct shows.
1. It's a continuation of the themes of robber barons in space and how people are controlled by the stories they're told by the people who have power over them. This time we're able to go a lot deeper because we have more time and money, which is a great thing, and we're able to make it a much more true Obsidian reactive RPG than we were the first time around.
Yeah, I saw some people saying that they would want the combat to feel a little bit better. I didn't have an issue with the combat.
All the things we've been known for as a company. It's really a complete realization of everything people want from an Obsidian game. Surprisingly, this is the first time in over 25 years that I've had the chance to do a full sequel for a world that I helped co-create. It's really just a fantastic opportunity to explore and expand the universe in interesting ways, and to go even further with the themes of how people are affected by living in a dystopian corporate reality.
You can shoot your way through it, you can talk your way through it, you can sneak your way through it.
Although I did like the length of the first one.
No matter what kind of play style that you like, this is just an awesome franchise and an awesome game to jump into, even if it's your first one.
The first Outer Worlds was a great base to start from, as it has all the elements of a great Obsidian RPG. Interesting characters, deep worlds, important choices. In the Outer Worlds 2, not only did we want to double down on those elements, but we wanted to give players even more of it.
We've also put a lot of investment into skills and traits. that impact things like combat, conversations, and areas that we call RPG interactions.
Cool.
Which are the
I
part of the
wonder if you
world where
really
players can use their
have to play the
specific
first
skills,
one
perks, and backgrounds to solve problems in
in order
unique
to
ways
play this
in
one.
our new, bigger worlds.
Because maybe you didn't connect with the first one, but maybe there's something, you know, about this one that
I love a deep
might
RPG
feel
experience,
more
and
interested
building
in.
out that RPG crunchiness for our players was at the forefront of what we set out to create. We prioritize those deeper RPG options with different character builds and combos so players can express their role-playing power fantasies. We also have different equipment options for different playstyles and different companions with different abilities.
Dova Kira, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing the DLCs on stream. I've never played them. One's a murder mystery.
You start off as the Stranger, which was basically a
Hey,
blank
what's going
slate
on, Lenny?
to build on top
Welcome
of
to
with
the Outer
various
Worlds 2
attribute
Direct.
points that would begin to
The
define your
Xbox
personal
showcase
experience
just
in
wrapped
the
up
game.
a little bit ago.
You can make any kind of character you want, but we've given you a role.
Really, a few minutes
that role
ago.
is an Earth Directorate agent. You can think of them as kind of like space cowboys or space sky marshals. They're the good guys that go into places and kind of fix everything that's wrong. You're gonna be one of those. But we don't tell you why you joined the Earth Directorate. There could have been a lot of different reasons, right? It could have been because you're an actual lawbringer and you want to go in there and spread law throughout the galaxy. It
Spread
could be
law.
that you're a roustabout and you just had nothing better to do. After you pick your background, one of the really important choices you have next is choosing your traits. While we had attributes
I
in the
do
first
like a
Outer
good
Worlds, we've
character
leaned into traits
creator.
for the Outer Worlds too, which are these big changes to your character depending on which ones you
In our
pick.
first Baldur's Gate stream.
So it could be something like Brilliant, where you
It
can
has
tag
its own
extra skills
chapter in
and
the
you start
VOD.
getting extra skill points. And that's obviously really great if that's how you want to build your character. You can also go and do something like Lucky, where you get extra critical chance, and you also get a lot of really cool options throughout
What
the
did
game
they
as
show?
well. Of course, we brought back
Before we
Dumb,
end the stream,
so-
Lenny, I will go
so
over
players love
the list
Dumb
that I
option.
jotted down that I'm excited for.
Tell me, do you believe in signs? Not
Graphics look good.
quite what I meant, but
Animation
I like
looks
your
really good.
contempt for boundaries. I could put
And
your
Lenny,
adventurous spirit to good
and
use.
this isn't news
You
just
get
for Lenny, of
lots
course.
of really cool,
but I
fun
will
conversation
be
options in the game, but we took that
uploading
even further.
this
And
stream
again, there's
to
lots of
YouTube.
elements in the game where you can be dumb
I'm probably
and use
gonna
that for something. Could be
delete
something
it
as
from
simple
Twitch,
as banging on a machine
and
to
it'll
get it
just
to work.
live on YouTube. So follow us there if you would like to see what
After
you
you've
missed and
invested
see our
in some
live
of your
reactions.
traits, your next choices are
I
going to
do
be
not
choosing your
edit
skills.
my
The
VODs.
skills
I just
themselves basically
raw
allow you to build
upload
on your
them, so it will
playstyle
be
and what your
uploaded
character is doing in the game.
right after
That will be
the
everything
stream
from
ends.
playing stealthily to specking for an explosive specialty. Throughout your entire
Nice.
journey, your character continues to change with the different choices you make.
That's
In the
right,
Outer
Lies
Worlds
of
1
P.
actually had more skills
Morgan,
than we
I'm
have. so
really
we condensed
curious
them
about
down
the
to really the
DLC,
core
so
and essence of what we really
you have to let
wanted
me know what
there.
you think
But
as
we
you
made
play
each
it.
point that you put into
Anyone
a skill
who's
much
playing that,
more
Bob,
impactful. So
Neem,
instead of getting small
Morgan.
percentage changes, we actually did much larger changes per point that you put into each skill. And
'Cause I
again,
really
all
like
these things, because of how they're checked inside
historically
the,
the
world itself,
DLCs
can
of
matter quite a
Souls-like
bit.
games.
You know, just even having one additional skill point in something can open up a lot more options in the world itself. If anybody's played Fallout New Vegas,
Yeah,
they'll
so
be
I'm
very
uploading
familiar
this
with, like,
one,
the
and I
perk system.
did
We
upload the Summer
basically
Game
borrowed
Fest
that,
showcase too.
but went even grander. We actually have more perks than Fallout New Vegas
And you can
did.
check that out.
But here's the cool thing, right?
Maybe I can even add one of
use
those
perks
cards
for literally everything, right? So you can
to
do
link
everything
out.
from, hey, I want to make a stealthy build that steals stuff and is really good at that. Okay, great. Well, you can take maybe the pickpocketing perk. So that's not available to everybody, but if you
difference
select
is-
that, now you can actually go around and steal things out of people's pockets.
The Summer Game Fest showcase, I wasn't planning to upload it. That was like an
There's another perk called
afterthought.
heavy-handed, right? Where say you're a melee person, what this does is now your
I'm a
power
melee
attacks that you
person.
use actually knock people down.
Okay,
Oh man, I really
yes.
like the serial killer perk.
So it was an
As
afterthought,
you
which
start
meant
killing people, they will
on
drop
Twitch, I
hearts.
highlighted
And you
it
can
and then
take those
downloaded it
hearts,
from
and essentially
Twitch.
you're taking
Here, I'm
these
just direct
trophies,
recording
you
it.
could say,
So actually,
and
it'll
it's actually
be even
giving you
better
a
quality on
permanent
YouTube.
health bonus every time you do it. We have this perk called Assassin. Now, this is an early game perk that you can take, which every time you stealth attack an enemy, you're actually going to get a movement bonus for a certain amount of time.
It seems like they have definitely paid more attention to the gameplay portion of it. Like Obsidian, they're masters of the role-playing craft.
Flaws were a system that everybody loved from the first game. But we wanted to make it
gameplay, like
more
this
personal
combat
to the
gameplay?
player. We wanted it to really reflect how
With
you
the
were playing the
traits
game
and with
give
the
you
character
a bonus
building?
that you
Looks
actually
really
wanted
cool.
to really engage with.
With the flaw system returning, we knew we needed to go bigger, better, and more real than ever
the
before.
flaw
So
system.
we turned to the team. I told them, no bad ideas. Give me what you got. Okay, we need more flaws. We need them to be real. I want to put them in the game, so give me something. Inspiration. What's wrong with you?
Oh, I have bad knees.
You got bad knees? They hurt when you walk a lot?
Yes.
When you walk too much, they hurt?
No cartilage.
Sounds boring. Makes you sound like a boring person, but it's in the game.
I know it.
It's a good flaw. What about you?
I like to take small things sometimes.
Oh?
So you're stealing.
No, I'm taking.
When do you give them back?
I don't.
Claire. Claire, you shouldn't be stealing.
Now,
do you
humor
shouldn't
in
be
video
stealing,
games
Claire?
is
Tiny
is
crimes?
interesting, right?
Do you hear the
Because
second
it
part, though? It's a
can
crime.
kind of make or break.
You're stealing. Claire, that's wrong.
At least
You
for
can't
me, if
steal
I am not
things,
on board with
okay?
the humor, it
It's
can
an
be a really
amazing
big
flaw
turnoff.
that I'm putting in the game. But you're a bad person. And are you the one that took my stapler?
Do you need it?
Yeah. Give it
Obsidian's
back.
humor, especially
Please.
the humor that they have in the
Here,
Outer
what do we
Worlds,
got?
it really
Flaw.
works for me.
I like to stare at the sun.
What?
How long did you stare at the sun?
Just lunch break.
An hour?
Oh, I only get 30. You guys get an hour?
I get an hour.
An hour.
Oh. Makes me feel energized.
How many fingers am I holding up?
3.
No. Anything else? We'll put it in the game. We'll put it in the game because I feel bad for you. Anything else?
One of my favorite flaws is something called bad knees.
Okay.
We'll actually give you the option to take this flaw that'll make it so that you move faster throughout the game. But the problem is, anytime you stand up, your knees are gonna make a loud popping noise that makes it so that, well, everyone around you is gonna hear you.
There's one called Kleptomaniac.
That's fantastic.
This is really interesting because what it does is when you steal something,
Yeah,
you can actually sell it for more
it's
bits
very
than normal. And like that sounds
realistic.
really great. The drawback
Yeah, I
is
think the
sometimes
flaw
when
is
you're
just
looking
being
at
in your
things in
30s
the world that are owned by
HD.
somebody else, you'll automatically steal them. So you have to be very careful about how you use them.
One of our more wacky
That's-
perks
and
is the
Klepto
Sun
just
Gazer
auto
flaw,
steals.
and it
What?
just gives everyone cataracts while playing their game. So everything becomes like light shafts and blooms and hazes, and makes the game pretty unplayable if you happen to choose that perk.
If you happen to be the type of player that habitually reloads your weapons like I do,
Yeah.
well, you'll be offered the flaw of over-prepared.
Uh-oh.
Now, you'll get larger magazine sizes on all of your weapons.
Okay.
But if you ever fully empty your magazine, you're gonna take a debuff for a while.
Oh.
While we support options like being a gunslinger who wants to key into destructive weapons, or a rogue who wants to alpha strike their enemies before they know what hit them,
That is me.
we also allow for a lot of fun and experimental builds. You can be a mad scientist who utilizes gadgets and wacky science weapons and armors, or even a psychopath who gains permanent bonuses to health by murdering their friends.
Nothing shows the impact of these
Oh.
character build options better than, in my opinion, the bridge area, which has a quest you get early on in Paradise Island.
The bridge.
Not only do you kind of encounter this very early, and it's a very core one to the story, but it really expresses our philosophy of allowing the player to solve problems in a bunch of ways.
Very cool.
So you may solve it by, speech options. You may talk to them and maybe have to go do a quest for them and really kind of prove that you're a friend of the Protectorate to get by.
I may have need of your help, stranger, if you are ready to seize an opportunity to show fealty to the Protectorate.
You could go guns blazing and you could just take everyone out inside the POI, lower the bridge itself, and kind of get across.
I really like the sound of the gunplay.
You could sneak in, lower the bridge, and then actually sneak in under the bridge to get over to the other side.
The stealth gameplay also looks really cool. I don't remember the stealth
You
gameplay.
can bypass the bridge entirely if you
being
found like certain
bad
gadgets, like the shield gadget that
in the
protects you
first
from
one,
poison
but
gas as you go across.
I don't remember being
Or the
overly
double jump
impressed
boots,
by
which
it
kind of
either.
allow you to jump across the chasm and get across that way.
Yeah, Moon, you
There's
have an
even a
eye
really
for that
kind of
stuff. I'm
messed
not
up
picking
way,
up on
right?
that,
Which
but I
is
can just
players
tell the
can actually
graphics in
sacrifice one of
general,
their
like the
companions,
facial
like a minion
animations
who they just found
seem
as part
better.
of-
We're no different than the Vrees if we start tossing our own to the rats. I sure as law ain't gonna follow someone who
Looks like
can't
he
see
has
the
a
wrong end.
spider web on his face.
I must admit, I'm surprised we could come to an understanding. But I thank you for your loyalty, stranger. As promised, you shall have clearance to cross this bridge.
It's such a fun quest, but again, it really showcases that we want you to be able to solve this in whatever way you want to. When you build your character your way, we're there for you. We really want you to have the experience that you want to have out of this.
Okay.
From the very beginning of our discussions about the Outer Worlds, we
Yeah,
really knew
I
we
don't-
wanted every game to take place in a different colony.
When is October
This lets us
26th?
expand on all aspects
When does
of
that
the
hit
universe. Every colony
exactly?
can be its own thing with its own flavor,
like a
and we can center them
Tuesday
around
towards the
anything
end of
we
the
want.
month?
Any ideas or setting we're
Sunday?
interested in. Arcadia is an isolated colony with abundant resources, and it's run by an authoritarian faction called the Protectorate. Their dictatorship
We
is
might play it,
thematically based
like,
around the question of
1
how much
week after
freedom
it comes
people will
out.
give up for security and luxury. For Protectorate subjects,
I could see a
unfortunately,
student
that
1 week
answer is
after it comes out with
everything.
Sammy Tober.
The Protectorate is also incredibly wealthy because it was founded by the inventor of the skip drives, which are the Outer World's faster-than-light engines. But those skip drives are starting to cause rifts in space-time, which are cutting off all the other
Unless an
colonies on
opportunity
Earth from
presents
being able
itself,
to trade
which-
with each other. The Order of the Ascendant is an offshoot of the Order
We'll
of
see.
Scientific
Who
Inquiry from
knows?
the original game, and like them are a science-based religion with the same goal of solving the universal equation, which will allow them to predict and alter the future to the benefit of all mankind. They used to be part of the Protectorate, but they split off to focus on solving the equation for the good of everyone, not as a way to simply control the masses. The player's been sent to Arcadia as an Earth Directorate agent to find out how the skip drives are causing the rifts and what can be done to stop them. Each of the factions have their own solutions to the rift problem and their own goals. The Protectorate wants to close them to protect their legacy as the inventor of the drives and their wealth. The Order wants to close them not only for the good of everyone, but also because they're complicating the math they're using to solve the universal equation. And Antes just wants to be able to open and close them at will to control all the trade routes
No one
between the
has been
colonies.
badly dressed in this.
In addition to expanding
no
the
one has
themes
been
and lore
badly
of the Outer
dressed in
Worlds,
this.
we're also expanding the humor, so each faction has its own flavor of absurdity. Anti's Choice is a merger between Anti-Cleo and Spacer's Choice from the original game, and there are corporate representatives in the Outer Worlds too. They've invaded Arcadia to liberate their resources for all of humanity, at a profit, of course.
One of my favorite things from
Now,
Fallout
with a
New
scene like
Vegas
that, I was
is
also
the radio
picking up
system.
on
It was just iconic for me,
the
and I wanted to
lighting,
make sure that the Outer Worlds 2 had that.
Wow,
So we
like
actually
that
built
looks
out
great.
3 different radio stations, one for each of the major factions. You also have a ton of music. Each station might have, like, I think 20 tracks of unique music that we've made for it. It's a lot
Unique
of stuff.
music!
But the really cool part about this entire thing is that,
That means stream
we actually
save.
put a lot of reactivity into the radio. So it will respond to the things that are going on around the world that you've been interacting with. So if you go into a location, let's say you solve a problem for the Protectorate folks, if you listen to the Protectorate radio station, they're going to be cheering you on as a hero.
Oh, cool.
Wonderful news, everyone. The Zeranium gas leaks at the
No, I've never really had
strongly believe
that kind of Fallout signature experience of walking around listening to the radio. Because DMCA. But if it's all made just for the game, we will get to do that. And that'll be pretty cool.
The factions and companions are great examples of how we're going deeper and more complex this time around. They're integrated into the game's storyline much more than we did on the first Outer Worlds, and like with everything else in the game, they have a lot more reactivity. There are 6 companions in the Outer Worlds too. As usual, each has their own quest lines, but this time they are also connected to a different faction and have character arcs that the player can affect through their choices.
Oh.
Your first companion is Niles. He's another Earth Directorate agent like you, and he's looking for your help to decide whether he wants to become an even better agent or to turn his back on the Earth Directorate completely.
Interesting.
There's also a somewhat cute Automech support drone that is basically Niles' helper. Her name is Val.
Hi, Val.
Marisol's part of the Order of the Ascendant, and she's an aging but still deadly assassin. That's right, she's a deadly mathematician who may or may not have some unfinished business to attend to with the player's help.
I think 6.
There's also a cultist named Azza, who is part of a sub-faction that worships the rifts, and in her case, violence in general.
Hello.
You can choose to either turn her away from overt violence, for support her chaotic and dangerous tendencies.
Hello.
At one time, Auntie's Choice had a program
I'm pretty
to
sure
graft
that 6
soldiers
is
with
also the
animal
amount of
parts to make them
companions
more
in the first
formidable.
one.
Unfortunately, it didn't quite work, and most of them are now dead. There's a combat medic who survived, however, named Inez, and she wants the player to help her fix her graft, among other things. Finally, there's Tristan. He's a protected arbiter who is judge, jury, and executioner all rolled into one heavily armored package.
Wow.
It is your choice to either help him judge wrongdoers or show him what true justice looks like.
We definitely have reactivity in the game based on how you've been treating your companions. I won't reveal the end of the game, but let's say if you have not been treating them well, you will find out at the end of the game what that means.
Companions are a very, very important part
Well, that
of
sounded like a
merchandising, because
threat.
that's the real beauty of the sequel. We're talking merch, baby. It is the lifeblood. It is what fuels us. Do you want to see some of my ideas? Hop, hop. Check this out. Gen Alpha loves body pillows, especially ones that look like human beings for some reason, right?
I mean, she
Who
was
needs a
my
significant
personal
other
favorite,
when you could have a knife-wielding space psycho up in your sheets, huh? What do they do with them when they get them, huh? Maybe a little napping, maybe a little snuggling, maybe a little nut.
Yeah, I really like
Visuals of
Parv.
The first Outer Worlds depicted a frontier colony in space.
It's gonna be hard to beat
Parv is
Parv.
driven by an
I wonder if
invasion
there's
of
gonna
the
be any
Arcadia colony
returning
system by
characters
Auntie's
whatsoever,
Choice,
any
which shifts the visuals
Easter
to be
eggs
more reminiscent of a World
returning
War I-like
characters or
setting
things that you might
in
have
space.
done or places
That
you went.
evolution is seen across all aspects of the game, starting with the factions. How do you militarize everything, including extreme capitalists or math-crazed scientists? In a World War I setting, war comes with propaganda. The Sovereign uses it to maintain control. Auntie's Choice uses it to help their bottom line. The Order just wants to show how it exists within the grand plan. We want players to feel like Arcadia is a living, breathing place scarred by a long-standing war. Fairfield, one of the first towns you encounter, was once under Protectorate control, but has recently been taken over by Auntie's Choice. They don't just occupy the town, they rebrand it with their signature
Yeah,
style.
I don't know,
Repainting
Moon. I
buildings,
don't know.
posting guards, and adding propaganda-based holograms featuring Auntie and the
I mean, it
Moon
might
Man.
be the same or similar.
Showing the towns evolving after the invasion
Just
helps us push
this
immersion
is
for
what
our
you
players.
can get with
One
a
of our
lot
priorities
more
in
money
visually realizing the world
and
of
a
the
lot
Outer
more
Worlds
time.
2 was making sure everything is clear and recognizable from the player standpoint. We want to make sure each faction has a particular look and design. So when the player is running across these vast, different environments and
Wow,
landscapes,
look at that.
they're recognizing the motifs and visuals of who they're talking to, what they're going to be talking about, and how that progresses throughout the story.
That's
The
good.
first Outer Worlds
No
was really
confusion.
about player interfacing with corporations. And while we have that in the Outer Worlds 2, we really want to express not just the corporations, but how the player interacts with other facets of the world, like government entities or religious structures. And then we elaborate on those.
With larger environments, we wanted to encourage exploration by improving player mobility across the board. Now you can run, slide, double jump, mantle, and parkour your way through all of the nooks and crannies of these
I
worlds.
wonder
It really allows the player to just explore and have
how
fun, finding really cool
separate
stuff.
the teams are for Avowed and Outer Worlds 2.
We've aimed to make
Because if the
everything in the Outer Worlds 2
exploration
better from top to bottom.
is similar.
The RPG elements were the start, but that's touched our story, our art, and especially
We're
our
gonna be in
gameplay.
trouble.
A good sequel is true to the original. That's first and foremost, right? Like, we all want to add in a bunch of things as you're making a sequel, right? We want to make it bigger and better in every way. That's what we were trying to do here. And I thought we did not need this consultant. We've made enough sequels. We understand how to do this. And I will say, I don't think it's been entirely successful.
I am very proud of the combat improvements we have made in the Outer Worlds 2, thanks to my patented combat system.
And it looks like a
You
team
may be
that
thinking to yourself, it can't be that
knows
good.
how
Shush,
to
what are you even
use
talking about? You haven't seen it yet.
UE5.
Watch this. Put a helmet on, because I'm about to blow all of your minds with my COMBAT system, combat system. My name is Mark. I'm the head of sequels. Shall we begin? You're thinking, what's C for? C. Capitalize the fact that the people loved the first game. We're going to take those people, we're going to make them buy the sequel, giving out pounds, pounds, pounds. Quick ones. Ha, ha. Not you, Dev. Here we go. What comes after C? O. Optimize for player satisfaction. I am terrified of online gamers, okay? I want to make them happy. So let's, okay? All right. Mobilize the players so they're ready for that sweet pre-order. Clap with me. Sweet sweet. If you don't have rhythm, Brandon, just say it. Sweet, sweet, pre-order. Everybody has a different rhythm, and it's blowing mine. And here we go. B, burglarize. What is this? It's basically just finding new ways to loot dead bodies. You know what I mean? Right, Otis? Okay, well, it's a big part of the game. A, you gotta agonize about how many people are gonna be angry that we have just put so much combat into this thing and almost no romance
went to like
at
Netflix?
all. We should look at
or
ourselves.
am I getting
What is
confused with
wrong
somebody
us?
else?
Huh? We can't have one love story in this? How many people have been in love? Raise your hands. Raise your hand if you're in love. Okay, are you lying?
I have a wife.
Put your hand down. T, toi. In French, that means two.
Expedition 33 crossover.
Come on, Claire. We're on 2. And how do we end it? Anything is possible. And we've established that we're the best there is, and there's no sequel better than us. And if I could just say one more thing, thank you very much. I know I've kind of changed the world of video games today.
For The Outer Worlds 2, we wanted to improve gunplay in every way. We focused on improving the feel of each weapon,
Carrie.
the way a weapon snaps into ADS,
But is that who I'm
the way
thinking of, Carrie
recoil feels
Patel?
when firing, and how impactful our sound effects really sell the weapon's fantasy, to things like how a unique reload animation can add a lot of character to each weapon. We've increased the variety of weapons by including new weapon types, but also through a host
I was
of
picking
fun
up
and
on
unique
that.
weaponry.
The sound of the weapons.
We
I
have
was
things
picking
like
up
the
on
Force
that.
Blaster that fires out tumors that can explode like grenades.
Okay,
even be eaten by
exploding
the player
tumor
for additional
guns.
health. We have a weapon called Rookie's Reward that will actually level up the more you use it throughout the game.
Huh.
And every time it levels up, it's got fun fanfare where it's like shooting out confetti and it's got a fun little setup.
Interesting.
We have a really fun weapon called the Pop-Up Gun. It fires out ad drones that will distract your enemies with corporate ads, slogans, and jingles. While your enemies are distracted, you can focus fire on them or explode these drones for additional damage. New to The Outer Worlds 2 are throwables. So you can use frag grenades to flush out enemies, smoke grenades to camouflage and escape, distraction devices to bait enemies into a stealth attack.
Yeah, absolutely. They have prioritized the
And even
combat.
science grenades that will levitate enemies, allowing you to fire upon them while they float helplessly.
That might be the thing that honestly feels the most different between
And
the
of
two.
course, science weapons are back. We have returning favorites, like the Shrink Ray.
I mean, there's of course-
This time it's been upgraded, so you can
Yeah, just
shrink your
looking at the
enemy
game,
down
you can tell
to
it
the
looks
size
a
of
lot
scrap
different. Looks
and run over them, exploding them into bits.
much better.
The Shrink Ray, that was probably my favorite one from the first game, so we brought it into the second game, but we improved it though. So instead of shrinking your enemies for a short period of time and having them re-expand, this time they stay shrunk, and we actually added in the ability to step on them and kind of squish them and kick them, because we knew that that was the player fantasy. We knew that's what everybody wanted to do. They wanted to step on the enemies, they wanted to kick them, so we made sure to double down on that stuff.
In addition to things like our returning favorites, we also have some really fun and unique new science weapons. One of them is called the Armageddon. This one's really cool because it actually shoots out these masses that are like these little arms that will stick to people or cover or all kinds of different things.
Ugh.
And they will continue to just hit them until they get destroyed. And we have another one that's just super cool called the Spectrum Dance Saber.
What?
This is a melee weapon that actually lets you attack to a musical beat. And if you continue to do that, you'll actually get additional bonuses each hit you do.
Whoa.
One of my personal favorite weapons is called the Big Bang. It's just a big freaking gun that uses material harvested from rifts to shoot out a giant ball of energy, vaporizing everything in its path. Now, ammo's extremely rare for this weapon, but you can use it in just the right situation to devastating effects.
Like another great one is Gary. If you wear
Gary?
Gary, he will lash out at your opponents as you're walking through combat. So we even have science armors,
You
and we've really kind of
wear
shown off
Gary?
what we thought was really great for the player from a science perspective.
We're all about letting people play the game their way. There are some players who prefer to be immersed in a first-person view, taking in all of the details. But there are others who really prefer to take the world in from a third-person perspective. Why not allow both? Well, now you can swap between the two, letting you enjoy the experience in whatever way you like.
That's nice, because there's some people that
One of the things
strongly
I really
prefer
like about
one over
having
the other.
third-person mode is being able to see all of the fun and
I
unique
know I'm in
armors
sort of- what-
and armor
what-
combinations and weapons that you can equip
we'll
your player
see about
with.
that one. I don't think I
all of the
used
actions
too
that
many
you
of
could
those
do in
science
first person,
weapons.
so you're double jumping around. You get to
before.
see your character in that way, and you get to take in the world and see things in a different light.
I don't remember what we did, but I imagine it was melee and
The Outer
traditional
Worlds
guns.
2 is
That's
really
my
the
best
biggest
guess.
game we've ever made. Bigger choices, more reactivity, more weapons, more things to find in each of the worlds
that
the
looks like
players
a
can
pile
visit.
of shit.
The team has done incredible work bringing The Outer Worlds 2 to life,
What?
and we can't wait for you to play it.
Okay.
Even though we've always been a multi-project studio, this is going to be the first time we've ever released 3 games in 1 year. It feels amazing to do. We're so excited for more people to be playing our games.
Oh, Grounded 2. Okay.
It is truly
I kept
exciting
on wondering
time
what's
here at
the
Obsidian.
third game. It's Grounded 2.
We're exploring worlds big and small while expanding on franchises that we've created, and we have no plans to slow down. We hope you all continue to come along with us as we do what we do
I really
best,
think that the
make your world
Xbox
your way.
Obsidian partnership has been lucrative for both parties. Okay, so the direct... I guess the direct ended up being about half an hour. Nice! Hey, what's going on, Ash?
With The Outer Worlds 2, we're all about the best place to play, which is also the promise of Xbox.
Is there a...
You can play The Outer Worlds 2 on this Xbox, but it may be hard to play
Is
it
there
when
a
you're staring at all
Grounded
these beautiful
2
holes.
thing?
Let's cut that. You can play The Outer Worlds 2 on this Xbox. Oh yeah, now that's Microsoft. Or you can take a phone call on this Xbox, then play The Outer Worlds 2 right after. Excuse me, I'm getting a call. Hello? What am I doing? I'm playing The Outer Worlds... Hello? Yeah, this is Mark.
I don't think they
I didn't know I had jury
announced
duty
that
today.
ahead of time,
You
right?
can play The Outer Worlds 2 on this Xbox, but it takes 2 people to lug around safely. We're gonna go up to my apartment, okay? And this is an Xbox you actually wear that also plays The Outer Worlds 2. What do you think, Claire?
This is amazing.
Are you playing?
I think so.
Fantastic. So now this is actually not
That's
an
not
Xbox.
an
So you
Xbox.
cannot play The Outer Worlds 2 on it. Can't play anything
Anyone
on it.
interested in
I
the
guess bread.
Grounded 2
You ever play bread where you take it out of one slot, put it in the other?
thing?
I don't have friends. If you pre-order the premium edition now, you'll get early access, which is like a prequel to the sequel, or has launched the sequel to the pre-order, or like, why are any of us alive at any time? It doesn't matter. Either way, my job here is done. It's time for the Grounded 2 portion of the Direct, which is sort of like the sequel to the Outer Worlds 2 portion of the Direct, which I absolutely
Is it like
just
an
hit a home run
Obsidian
with.
Direct?
You know, it's really nice to see
I thought
my
it was like
influence
an
go
Outer
onto
Worlds
other
2 Direct.
games.
Maybe it's like an
Take it away,
Obsidian
team.
Direct? I know that we do have some community members that were pretty into
And
the
Big
first
Exit?
Grounded. Yeah, might as well see it, right?
We're so proud of Grounded. What started as a small passion project to make a quirky game where you're
Nice,
shrunk down
Ash.
to the size of an ant, trying to survive in a
Are you
backyard.
curious about the
grew into something
sequel?
way bigger than we ever imagined.
Oh, I'm into it.
Over
Nice.
25 million of you
I
jumped
will
in,
open that
explored,
and
built, crafted, and fought
check
off
it
giant
out
bugs together. Y'all helped make the entire
after
experience
the
very
stream.
special to
Thank
us.
you very much.
The team's been cooking up a ton for Grounded 2, and we're so excited to talk about it. I had to grease some palms to steal a bit of time from the Direct to give you a deeper look. There were so many possibilities and ideas that didn't make it into the first game. So with
A
the sequel,
lot.
we have the chance to dream bigger.
I don't know if I know a
To
lot.
achieve those dreams, we partnered with the amazing folks at Eidos Montreal. Together, we're taking Grounded from the backyard to an even larger world.
Wow.
The Brook Hollow Community Park.
I feel like that looks
When we started working
significantly
on
better
Grounded
than the
2,
first one too.
we knew that we wanted to make a bigger world. Fortunately for us, Eidos Montreal became our main partner on developing Grounded 2. They have a lot
No, the
of
first
similarities
Grounded,
to the sorts of things
when it
that are
did
important to
release,
us at Obsidian. They
was
tend
it
to
in
make
like
very
early
narratively
access
strong
or like
games.
game
They make
preview,
games
or
with
did it
really
come
deep
out like full
characters and
release?
great character progression. They make games with great gameplay.
Everyone at Eidos Montreal is thrilled and honored to be working with Obsidian Entertainment. Our two studios share a lot of DNA. The same things that are important to Obsidian Entertainment are important to us. Choice and consequences, player communities, and doing justice to great IPs and great franchises.
It was
the fact
early
that
access.
We're
Okay.
the first partners that they're working with to make
Hey,
a sequel
Pizza,
to their
thanks for
franchise.
tuning in today.
Feels like we're an important part of their history.
The events of Grounded 2 take place 2 years after the first game. The same 4 teenagers are returning.
So there's Max, Hoops, Willow, and Pete.
They're a couple years older, which means they've gone through a bit more high school, a bit more mature.
So wait, they're still
It's 1992.
tiny?
World's a little bit different, but we're still
The
in
same
that
kids
fun,
are just
nostalgic
tiny
era
forever?
of the early 1990s. In Grounded 2, we're moving the action out of the backyard and into the Brook Hollow Community Park. Not only is it bigger, it allows us to tell a lot more stories and expand the world of Grounded by exploring what the community of Brook Hollow has been up to and what they've been through.
The park overall is about 3 times the size of the backyard, and our initial starting area.
From what they've
is
said
actually
about
the
this one
same
so
size
far,
as the
Ash, it
entire
doesn't
backyard from the
sound
first
like they're
Grounded.
planning to
The
release
reason we
early
wanted to move
access.
into a park wasn't just
It
to create
sounds like
a
it'll just be
bigger
the full
world,
game.
but was to give us the opportunity to
Battle
explore
stations,
the community
okay.
of Brook Hollow and what
I've heard of
secrets have
that.
they been hiding.
What we love and what we're excited about in terms of the park is the opportunity to create environments and landmarks that are mundane at normal size, but are colossal wonders when you're the size of an ant. Everything from a giant trash can to a community picnic table or a snack bar.
I don't know about that trash
All of
can
these areas come to
exploration.
life in a brand new way.
Maybe if you plug your nose.
Part of the fun in Grounded 2 is that the park was evacuated really quickly right before our teens were shrunk. And that means that the park has been sort of turned upside down and is in a topsy-turvy state.
Those of you who are familiar with the
That
first game,
leads to really fun environmental storytelling, but it also leads into the creation of amazing
How much do they
biomes
get into,
for
like, the
our
story
characters to
of it?
explore. One of my favorite
like, I
examples
think they
of
said
this is the ice
some
cream
evil
cart.
scientist like shrunk them or something.
In all
but
the
like,
commotion, the ice cream
do we
vendor's
know
cart has
about
been
the
knocked
parents?
over,
Like,
and
did
its
anyone look
contents
for
have
them?
spilled
Are they
out to the
presumed
ground.
dead?
And
Are
what
they
this
trying to
means
get
for
unshrunk?
our
Like, how
young
much does it go
adventurers is that they'll be
into
able
that
to
kind of
explore
story
this
detail, if at all?
frozen cave of interesting challenges.
All right, Moon, thank
and
you so much for watching. I think we have a lot to look
Lovecraftian
forward
horror.
to. Enjoy the food.
We have one anthill that's actually somebody decided to bury a bunch of toxic stuff in the park. And so there's all these toxic chemicals under the ground. The environment looks very cool and very spooky with all of these sort of chemical pools. And of course, nothing can live down there except for one type of insect, the cockroach.
Oh, no.
We're oftentimes reinventing environments, and in future updates, you're gonna see a ton of new stuff. You do a lot of fighting against insects of all shapes and sizes. We didn't just want it to look better, we also knew we wanted to add a new layer of strategy. The changes that we've made aren't limited to tuning animations or adjusting attack or defense numbers or making characters or insects move faster or slower. But we did all that too, but there's also an entire sort of rock, paper, scissors
The
strategy.
game had an
involving light
arachnophobia
attack,
setting, though,
heavy
right?
attacks, and blocking.
So you can
We've
just
also
fight
added
like
dashing as a new
circles
way
or
to
something.
both get out of danger quickly
I'm thinking of another
or
game that did
jump
that.
in for a quick attack.
Because like this
And almost
could
all the
straight up
insects in
be
the game
a
will have
horror
these
game,
abilities now too. Sort of like a chess
depending
match,
on your fears.
but one that's super frenetic, looks super cool, and is ultimately just a ton of fun. We're leaning into clearer play styles for tanky warriors, low defense, high damage rogues,
Turn them all into cats.
wielding mages,
Oh,
and ranged hunters. In the first Grounded, we have mutations, and there were weapons and armors that favored different playstyles. In Grounded 2, not only will there be passive mutations, but there will also be active mutations. And a lot of those mutations support these archetypes.
My favorite way to play pretty much any game is chasing after those game-breaking builds. And that's why I'm so excited for what we're doing with archetypes in Grounded 2. I'm all in on the rogue. Now, you can even dual-wield daggers. I've been dialing in this glass cannon build
I
that
have
stacks
to admit,
ambush,
I did not
assassin,
realize
and
that the
cardiofan
gameplay was
mutations
so in-depth
with the
for
Wolfsbane
this.
daggers and the Wolf Spider armor. It lets me open up
Or perhaps
combat
it
with
wasn't
massive
in the
backstab
first game,
damage.
and that's
also
something that they're
inflicts
really
venom. Then I can use the
diving
extra
into
stamina
for this
to
one.
reposition and try to dodge, rinse, and repeat. It's high risk, high reward, and absolute
I thought it was like a
chaos
relatively
in all the
simple,
best
you know, kind of like survival.
I'm looking forward to seeing
crafting,
what
building.
wild combos the community comes up with.
But this looks like
and
it has
what they inevitably break
quite a
once they
bit
get
more
their
than just
hands
that
on
to
the
it.
archetype system. It's going to be awesome watching it evolve with player feedback and watching us try to keep up with all of your game-breaking builds.
One of the great things about Grounded is the variety of players it attracts, from builders to crafters and everything in between. If you've ever watched me on Casually Grounded livestream, you'd know that I'm neither. I am a murderer of insects. Personally, I prefer the term harvester. I love going out, hitting things, and bringing the materials like insect body parts.
So
back to
survival
my friend's
crafter is
cities.
not really my
This
style.
way, we keep progressing and
Kind of
playing
at
together.
all. I definitely understand the
We're
appeal.
also
I know
trying
it's
to
a
make
really,
sure that
you know,
armor and
popular
equipment are easily
genre.
understood by the
A
player,
lot of people in the community
especially
like
when they're
it.
playing co-op with their friends.
It's really not for me though. Like I could maybe do it for like
Really
one
important for us to
session and be
deliver
like,
on
okay, that was
all
cool,
that for
but
the bigger space and experience, because that was the only way we could truly support the feature the community has been asking for since the very first Grounded release.
I typically don't find those kinds of
Mounts.
games like fun
Our
enough
mounts,
to
we call them buggies,
wanna play
have
more
an
of.
entire suite of moves and have their own special abilities and attacks.
Like
We
normally with something
wanted
like
the
this, I
buggies
would
to
have
be an
wanted
extension
like
of
let's
the
say
player
like
in every way possible.
a story,
And that meant
like
making
maybe
sure
you're
that
doing like
buggies had unique
missions.
and valuable abilities across all
You're
the
going
core
through
pillars
a
of Grounded.
campaign of some
That
sort.
doesn't just mean exploration and travel.
And it can be co-op
That
and it
has
can be in
gameplay
this
implications
world,
for combat,
but you have like some kind of like
crafting, and
narrative
building as
line
well.
taking you through.
Just like how we wanted to expand on player playstyles throughout the game, we're going to make sure that every
I'm thinking of
buggy
like
that we add has its
like
own
Back for Blood, like
personality.
something like that. Which is
The
very
Red Ant
different from
Soldier
I
can
think
enlist
this.
up to 2 Red Ant workers to follow you around and help you out. If you get into combat and you don't want to fight while you're saddled on your buggy, you can jump off and they'll fight right alongside you and provide support. The Orb Weaver buggies are a little less useful when it comes to general utility, like building a base or harvesting, but they're awesome when it comes to combat. Sure, their defenses aren't super strong, but they're heavy hitters.
Does the first
They're
one
also
have
super
pets
fast
as
and they have some
well?
great special abilities.
Like you'll have to tell
a
us, Ash. I
screen
think
that
you're
allows
currently
them to
our
stun
authority on this
lesser-powered
one in the
insects.
chat.
And the ability to shoot webs. and
Things that
entangle other
are
creatures.
super different, or
So
things that
the Orb
maybe
Weavers won't be your base building buggy. You should use the Red Ant
gamers
Soldier for
were
that.
campaigning for, hoping
But
for.
they're super fun for exploration and combat. Red Ant Soldiers and Orb Weaver Spiders will be available at Game Preview launch. There will be others in the future, but those are the 2 we're starting with.
So he did just say the words.
The connection that our Grounded community has with us
Game
is
preview.
something we want to keep forging with the sequel as we make an even bigger game than the original.
Pretty much from day one, we knew we wanted to return to game preview for Grounded 2. Sure, it comes with some trade-offs, like the game's not done and it's out to the world, but there's so much value in building it alongside the community.
I appreciate that they're building a case for approaching it
Buggies
that way.
change how you traverse and navigate the park.
Did they say it earlier? I must have missed it earlier.
What we're
Govey,
doing with
are you a
Grounded
fan
2 is
of
we're actually
Grounded?
keeping zip lines held back, so we can see how players
It
engage
seems like
with
there's some really
buggies, and
interesting
then we can
improvements.
tweak zip lines to bring them back over time to really complement that buggy experience and make exploring the park far more fun. That kind of feedback loop helped shape the original Grounded, and we wanted to shape the design for Brook Hollow Park, archetypes, buggies, all of it. We also learned a lot from that first time
Yeah, I
around.
did not
One thing
know,
that stood
Govey,
out
that they were going to
immediately,
be doing
players
essentially
blaze
a
through our
Grounded
content,
2
especially
direct
the
as
story.
well.
That makes sense. Story, characters, world building, that's kind of Obsidian's thing. It's the flavor we bring to the survival genre. So this time,
So
we're
if
starting
you're
with
a big fan
much
of it, you have to
bigger
go back
baseline.
if you missed any.
There's been an explosion at Brook Hollow Park.
This is
Chaos
a pretty
descended
deep
on a
dive
ceremony
into
commemorating
what you can
the
look forward to.
2-year anniversary of when 4 teenagers were miniaturized against their will.
Just later
One of our
this
favorite
year.
parts of the first game was watching the community uncover clues and spin up theories. This time around, we're leaning even more into that, and we'll be keeping a close eye on what our players discover and how they interpret it. because you never know what might inspire us as development moves forward.
We really started to hit our groove at the end of Grounded 1. We found that being open about what we were planning and then following through was key to building trust with the community. As a small team, we had to experiment with update pacing and scope, and what we found resonated the most with all of you were bigger, beefier updates, even if it took us a little longer to land. So that's the plan. Larger, more complete updates spaced out just enough so we can take your feedback seriously and make every drop count. You can expect in our big updates new buggies, new biomes, new building pieces, all the good stuff. And we're launching with a public roadmap so everyone knows what to be excited about.
In southwestern Pennsylvania, that's what you call a shopping cart.
And Eidos Montreal are super excited about how close we are.
So every time they're mentioning buggies, I'm thinking of
shrunk a second
shopping
time
carts
and explore the all-new park on buggies
I
and
don't-
Grounded 2.
I don't know if there's any other regions that
we're really looking
call them
forward to
that.
you experiencing all the improvements. If this is your first time getting
I've tried to get
Tiny,
out of the habit of
then all
saying
I
it
can
because
tell
I
you
realize
is
if I
that
say
a
it to
world
somebody
with an
else,
entirely new perspective
they have no idea
and
what
an
the fuck I'm
entirely
talking
new
about.
feel awaits you in Brook Hollow Park. It's time to ride together and survive together.
Yeah, this looks like a really nice improvement if you're someone that liked the first game. Do you call them buggies in Louisiana? Okay, so it's some different areas. I mean, that makes sense because southwestern Pennsylvania is essentially the South. So I could see that. I could see that. Very nice. You guys have to let me know if we got some people that are gonna be playing that. Okay, so Outer Worlds 2 is October 29th. This launches July 29th of this year. Okay, I think this is maybe our kind of like wrap up little trailer here.
We have been expecting you.
Man, they got us with that Call of Duty, didn't they?
This is where it starts. We can change the world as
I think that was pretty good. I do still have my list of the things that I jotted down. We'll talk about that. Talk about what you guys were excited about in today's playthrough, in today's code stream. Showcase. Didn't end up being about 2 hours total.
Playing in the mud. And when we need their help, they send us a hero.
I thought you called those Govy prams. You don't call them prams?
Follow me.
Yeah, there was an Invincible fighting game. Final Fantasy VII as well as 16 coming to Xbox.
Well, hello there. It looks like you're about to do some renovations.
Keep your filthy pickers off me! You think I care?
Some really unique games shown. Like games that are hard to compare to other games. Like the Ghosts at the Grand. That Clockwork Revolution looks really special. The one where you play as a lighthouse.
Had enough yet?
Hey, all right, James, enjoy. Thanks a lot for watching with us. Oh, there it is. There's the big graphic. Silksong. There was Silksong again. Technically, the final game shown was Silksong. So, awesome. Okay, let me adjust our volumes here as we do some end of showcase chatting about what we've seen, what we're excited for, what we were maybe expecting to see that we didn't see. All right, let's close that out. I thought that was pretty good. I thought that was pretty damn good. Okay, let's turn on this music. Also, I don't know if HD is still hanging out here. Let me go ahead and turn back on the alerts. HD, thank you so much again for the resub earlier. If you are here and you want your name on the hype train, just let me know. I'll get you in there. We got a really close hype train. 11, 12, 14. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'll keep the YouTube recording going through our little end discussion here. No, there was no Fable. There was no Perfect Dark. It was Fallout 76 Fishing DLC. So I think that is kind of the closest that we've gotten to Silksong stuff officially in a while. So essentially what they were talking about with the Silksong was that's what they were using to introduce the 2 different versions of the handheld. And they said that the handheld is holiday 2025 and that Silksong will be available at the launch of it. Can we infer then that Silksong is also launching holiday? I guess so. But there was nothing really explicit past that. Closest that we got. What is my ghost drinking? My ghost is drinking a Guinness. My ghost is drinking a Guinness. And actually, my ghost just got a new pal. So I make the joke now that I have beer and a spirit. Yeah. Yeah, you know. No Face is the new addition there to my boo crew. Xbox Ally. Right. There's 2 different ones. One that I guess is a little more amped up, and the other one is not as amped up. And this will essentially be your little Game Pass machine. And it will also have like BattleNet is on there as well. And I think maybe even another kind of storefront. But if you're someone that really enjoys Game Pass and for whatever reason you don't want to use the Steam Deck, which, this is obviously a little newer than the Steam Deck. This would have a little bit better tech, I would imagine, though I don't think they talk too much about the specs. I'm sure that those are available now to look at. Now, the Steam Deck, Amantor said, does cloud gaming from Game Pass. But I don't think everything is on the cloud. So this would be a way, if you wanted to ensure that you have, the full library of Game Pass. Am I buying it? No, I'm not much of a handheld gamer. No, I guess the last time that I was into handheld gaming was the Nintendo DS, and just because I had to be, if I wanted to play Pokemon games. Even the Switch, it's always docked. I don't play that handheld. I'm just not much of a handheld gamer. So no, I personally will not be buying it, but that's just because I don't have an interest in that kind of hardware at all. If I was going to buy one, I probably would, but no, not really for me. Not really for me. Yeah, I mean, and what a great showcase to just show you the value of Game Pass too, right, Ash? Every game that they showed is Game Pass day one, which is awesome. And not too many of them were this year. Whew, at least not too many of them are too soon. Now, let's go ahead and talk about what I was the most excited about and what you were the most excited about. What were your standouts from that showcase? So this is in order, more or less. So there was Dawnwalker. The name is not just Dawnwalker. The name's a little longer than that, but I forget the other words. Dawnwalker, which is by ex-CDPR devs, and it looks like it. It looked kind of witchery. Medieval vampire game, where you are the vampire. Yes, sign me up. Remember that saying that reminds me a little bit of Vampire that Don't Nod did. Although that was kind of a Victorian, a fin de Sicile, London setting. So this is medieval, so a little bit different. Dawnwalker's on there. The Super Meat Boy 3D platformer. Looks really, really cool. Super fun. That's on my list. The Plague Tale game. There's a brand new game within the Plague Tale series. There was not a single rat in that one. We were thinking all different things during that trailer. Is it Diablo? Is it Rise, Son of Rome? What is this? I definitely would want to see more about that, but it has my interest. Beast of Reincarnation. What was that? Was that an anime one? I think that was an anime one. Yeah. That I said had Princess Mononoke vibes. You played as a lady samurai. You had a wolf companion, or I think that was the one. Clockwork Revolution, probably my biggest surprise of the show. I thought that it looked fantastic. Really fun to play. Looks like there's some very cool role-playing mechanics in Clockwork Revolution. I will absolutely be keeping my eye on that. There was Chronos, that's a sci-fi horror game. Aphelion, which is Don't Nod's kind like sci-fi, lots of exploration, looked like. There was Ghosts at the Grand. That's another big surprise. I thought it was gonna be like a home renovation game. It looked very chill, but then it looked like there was a lot more to it than just home renovation. Lots of like puzzling and mysteries. Mudang, not totally sure how to pronounce it, was the dual protagonist, like sci-fi, a lot of sci-fi, Korean game. At Fate's End, okay, At Fate's End was the ones by Spiritfarer, and then Keeper, which is essentially Banjo-Kazooie if Banjo was a lighthouse. You might be like, what? Yeah, but it kind of works. So that's my list of games that I'm already, and of course Outer Worlds too, games that I'm already, sign me up, mark it down on the calendar, and games that I want to keep an eye on. So what are you guys thinking? Yeah, new Don't Nod game. The new Don't Nod game, it did not look like a choose your own adventure game. It looked very focused on like traversal and exploration, and at the very end of it, it looked a little horror. The rest of the trailer just looked kind of like perilous exploration and, you know, climbing and sliding and falling. But then at the very end, there was this sort of scary vibe to it. So yeah, Aphelion is the new Don't Nod game. Thunder Lotus, right. Thunder Lotus made it Fate's End. That seems really interesting too. Not totally sure about what that combat's gonna be like with the cards and stuff. Clockwork Revolution, yeah, we got pretty excited about that one. At Fate's End is the Thunder Lotus. The No Ghosts at the Grand looked very cool. I think we had to look at some really unique stuff. Well, I think that is where we're going to wrap up the YouTube recording. Thank you so much for choosing to check out my reaction, our reactions to the Xbox Showcase, and I guess we should say more accurately the Obsidian Direct, since it covered both Outer Worlds 2 and Grounded 2. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you some other time.